in the end of the day, it's a reputation foul. Look, the dude tried to hold him up. I understand your momentum pulls him down. I understand when you are swiping at something, yes, you may hit him or whatever the case is, and it looks like that you intentionally tried to harm the individual in which you are trying to defend. He pulled him down, but his momentum, then when he realizes, okay, this dude getting ready to fall to the floor, I'm going to try to hold him up because I'm strong, so I'm going to hold him up, but yet and still, the referees didn't see it that way, but I think in their mind, they had already made their decision before they even got to the table. Before they even looked at it, it was already a decision made in their mind.
Draymond Green, crying victim. Oh, my goodness. The guy that has been top 6 in the NBA since 2015, leading with technical fouls, is crying victim. Is it reputation? You're damn right it's reputation. It goes along. There's facts that prove it's reputation. First off, he has to be smarter than that, than grab a dude by the jersey. The first foul was fine. I'm all about playoff physicality. Maybe 15 years ago, none of this was called. The guy goes to the free throw line, takes 2 free throws. But what happens is when a guy jumps in the air after you give him a hard foul and he's vulnerable off his 2 feet and you grab him by the jersey midair, when you pull him down to the ground, regardless of whether you tried to catch him or not, what if he doesn't catch him? What if he cracks his head on the ground? It's deserving of it. It's deserving of ejection. And my thing is, look, they still won the game, so it doesn't really matter. He's not going to miss time. But for people out there that are trying to defend Draymond Green, I'm laughing at it. Because it's a combination of reputation and the double foul. Like, it speaks for itself. Draymond Green got to be better than that, and he knows that because he put himself in that situation to begin with. That's how I feel about it.
But did he really hit him in his face, though? Like, was that really flagrant 2 worthy? Because I'm not buying that joint,
not at
Jay.
all,
I
Yates.
just can't buy it.
But
man.
yeah, it's not the hit in the face, so I don't care about that. It's the fact that when a dude jumps up to do a play, when you grab him by the jersey and it slings him down, regardless of whether you try to break his fall or not, what if your hands miss and he cracks his head on the ground? All I'm saying, like, everybody's trying to justify it by saying, oh, he tried to catch him. And I'm like, okay, well, if he misses him,
he knew he messed up.
But
That's
he
why
knew
he passed out.
he was swiping down at the ball, and his hands
Key, no, I'm not talking about the
jersey.
swipe down at the ball, Key. I'm not talking about the hard foul. The hard foul is fine. Slap me in the face. He slapped people in the face the last series during Denver. I have no problem with it. You didn't hear me complaining on national TV about it. You get slapped on the face, you get slapped on the arms, whatever it is. Hard foul. It's after the hard foul when the dude is still going up and he slings him by grabbing his jersey to the ground. If that were me, I would have fought.
Yeah, see, I didn't see it that way, but I don't
Look
know.
at it, Key. It's right there on the screen.
Well, the
I
intention.
didn't see. I see it. To me, it looked like in real time that he was grabbing,
Look,
and when he
man.
was grabbing, he caught onto the jersey, and at that point, he's pulling. His momentum is pulling him, and then he tries to stop his fall. That's what it looked like to me.
Jay,
but I ain't the referee, so you know.
Jay, I would say this. There's like let's parse it even more, right? Because the first one, this idea, he's just swinging for the ball. He happens to hit him in the face, or even if it wasn't hard. Nah, he was swinging to make it uncomfortable. He caught him a little bit. Then the next move was the jersey move, right? I'm not saying his intention was to injure him, right? That's why he helps him. That's why he catches him. He's like, I'm not trying to hurt you. But it was not a basketball move. He jerked him down away from the ball. It was a non-basketball move.
By the way, it's like, first off, go back and show the replay again. He didn't catch him on the way down. He caught him after his body already hit the ground. That's number one, right? And that's a dirty play.
Yeah.
That's a dirty-ass play. It's exactly what it is. Here's another example for you, Max and Key. If you get multiple speeding tickets for speeding, going 100, going 95, going 98, by the time you get your 4th speed, they're like, yo, come on, taking your license away, right? Like, you're a repeat offender.
I don't see it as a dirty play, Jay. I'm sorry, man. I just don't see it. I see his momentum. He's going one way. He's going one way. As strong as he is, he's pulling. And when he realizes he's pulling him too much, he then tries to hold him up. I don't see it as a dirty play.
Man, I don't see that at all.
I'm the one dude.
I don't know what you see.
I'm the one dude that if anything, I'm gonna tell you whether or not something is dirty, because I do not appreciate when somebody is deliberately trying to injure another player,
I didn't say
deliberately doing something that could injure another player. So I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I know his reputation is big. I know people look at the first thing. If he sneezes, it's a problem because of what he's done in the past. Yes, he's had a lot of ejections. Yes, that is true. But all his ejections isn't for this. A lot of his ejections, let's put context with it, is because he's arguing with the referees on a call. They don't appreciate that, so guess what? They team up, then throw him out. Let's be real here. All of it isn't this that we just saw.
I didn't say, a play doesn't have to be deliberate to be dirty.
Right.
It doesn't have to be deliberate. So if a guy's up in the air, there's no way for me to protect myself. Key, if you were to jump up in the air and your feet are off the ground and I were to grab you while you're vulnerable, both of your hands are above your head, going for a play. While you're vulnerable, grab you by the jersey and yank you down to the ground.
Something bad could happen.
Yeah, no question, but I don't think he deliberately tried to grab him and yank him to the ground.
I'm saying it doesn't matter if he's deliberate or not.
But that's what they did. They gave him a flagrant 2 because of that, though, Jay.
You're saying that he didn't if you want to say he wasn't trying to injure him, I'm with you. That's why he helped him.
Same here.
But if you're saying he didn't deliberately grab him, he pretty clearly knew he grabbed Jersey.
Grabbed him, but not to yank him to the ground. His momentum pulled him to the ground.
Oh, his momentum didn't pull him nowhere. His momentum was going up towards the rim.
That's not true, Jay. That's not true.
Key, when
he's
jump
going
up,
from left to right.
No, it's Key. When you show the play again. When you jump up in the air towards the rim, your momentum is taking you up.
I understand that, but if your momentum is taking you up and I stick my arm out and I get cloth and I'm going the other way, I'm going to pull you. I'm going to pull you.
He hits him with the right arm and then he grabs him with the left arm, Key.
Yeah, and then yanks down.
Hits him with the right arm, breaks down, and then grabs on top with the left arm.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.